Every game needs sound. Footsteps, coins, a jump, music under it all. But scattering audio sources across every prefab gets messy fast. So here is one clean AudioManager in Unity and C#. One call to play any sound effect, or swap the music. One quick, honest heads up before the code. If you are learning Unity, you might want a map instead of a maze. So I put together a game dev starter kit. $19, and it is a 30-day roadmap. It also has Unity and Godot cheat sheets, ready-to-paste snippets, and an engine guide. It is completely optional, and the link is in the description. Now, let's build the AudioManager. The heart of this system is one persistent object, a singleton. Let me show you the right way to write it. We make a class called AudioManager. It is a MonoBehaviour, so it lives on a game object in your scene. At the top, a static instance property with a private setter. That is the one global handle every other script will use. Now look at awake. First, the duplicate guard. If instance already exists and it is not this one, we destroy this extra object and return early. Otherwise, we claim the slot, instance equals this, and we call DontDestroyOnLoad. Why all that? Because we want exactly one manager that survives every scene load. DontDestroyOnLoad keeps it alive when you change scenes. The guard makes sure a second scene never spawns a second manager. And because instance is static, any script anywhere just calls AudioManager.instance to reach it. No dragging references around. That is the pattern. One instance, always alive, reachable from everywhere. Everything else hangs off it. Now, what does the manager actually control? 2 audio sources. And keeping them separate is the whole trick. Here they are, both serialized fields so you can wire them in the inspector. One is the music source. You set its loop to true, because background music should repeat forever. The other is the SFX source. That one plays your short one-shot effects. Why split them? Because music and sound effects behave completely differently. Music is one long looping track that you fade between. Sound effects are dozens of tiny overlapping clips, a coin here, a hit there. Give each job its own audio source, and you can control their volume separately, and never have a coin sound interrupt the music. So, one looping music source, one busy effects source. 2 fields, and the manager is ready to make noise. Let's play a sound effect. This is shorter than you think, but there is one line that matters enormously. Here is PlaySFX. It takes an audio clip, guards against a null clip, and then calls PlayOneShot on the effects source. That is it. Any script plays a sound with one line, AudioManager.instance.PlaySFX, and the clip. Now the important part. Why PlayOneShot, and not just play? PlayOneShot layers the sound on top of whatever is already playing. Fire it 10 times fast, and you get 10 overlapping coin sounds, none of them cut off. Play is different. Play restarts the single source, so each new sound kills the one before it. For overlapping effects, that is wrong. Pick up 2 coins quickly and you would only ever hear one. So for sound effects, PlayOneShot is almost always what you want. Now the music. Here is PlayMusic. It also takes an audio clip, but with one clever guard at the top. If the music source is already playing this exact clip, we return early and do nothing. That stops a common bug, restarting the same track every time you walk back into a room, so it jumps back to the start. If the clip is new, we assign it, and call play. Simple and correct. Want it smoother? Here is an optional crossfade coroutine. It is an I enumerator. First it fades the music volume down to 0 over a set time, stepping each frame with math, lerp and time.delta time. Then it swaps the clip and plays it. Then it fades the volume back up. The yield return null waits 1 frame between steps, so the fade happens smoothly instead of instantly. Same clip guard for the simple swap, a lerp coroutine when you want a smooth blend. Your music never restarts itself, and never cuts out harshly. Last piece, volume control, so a settings slider can drive this. Here is set music volume. It takes a float from 0 to 1, and sets the music source volume to math, clamp 01 of that value. Set SFX volume is the exact mirror for effects. Clamp 01 is the key detail. It keeps the value safely between 0 and 1. So a stray slider, or a bad save file, can never push the volume out of range. For a real settings menu, the professional option is an AudioMixer. You expose a parameter, then call setFloat on the mixer. One catch, mixer volume is in decibels, not a straight 0 to 1. So you map it with math.log 10 of the value, times 20. That gives you proper audio fading. But for most games, 2 clamped float methods are plenty. Before you ship this, a few gotchas that catch nearly everyone. Knowing them now saves you a confusing afternoon. Number 1, PlayOneShot versus Play. Use PlayOneShot for effects that overlap. Use Play only for a single, non-overlapping source, like the looping music. Mix them up and your sounds either cut each other off, or never restart at all. Number 2, the singleton duplicate guard. Without that check in awake, every scene you load spawns another AudioManager, because DontDestroyOnLoad kept the last one alive too. You end up with a stack of managers all playing over each other. The guard destroys the extra, so there is always exactly one. Number 3, keep your clips referenced. An audio clip only stays loaded while something points at it. So hold your clips in fields on the manager, or in a small library, so they are always ready to play and never garbage collected. Get these 3 right, and your audio is not just working, it is clean and reliable. Let's lock in the whole system, because this is a real, professional pattern. The AudioManager is a singleton, one static instance, alive across every scene, thanks to the awake guard and DontDestroyOnLoad. It holds 2 audio sources, one looping music, one for effects. PlaySFX uses PlayOneShot so effects layer. PlayMusic guards the same clip, with an optional crossfade. And clamp 01 volume methods drive it from a settings slider. Singleton, 2 sources, PlaySFX, PlayMusic, volume. 5 small pieces, 1 clean manager for your whole game. That is a complete Unity AudioManager, built the right way. 1 call to play any effect, 1 to swap the music, and clean volume control on top. Here is your next move. The full written guide is on screen and linked below, with the copy-paste code. And do not stop while it is fresh, your next watch is lined up. A pause and settings menu, where those clamp 01 volume methods finally get their sliders. If you want the full 30-day plan, the Game Dev Starter Kit is in the description. Subscribe for more beginner Unity tutorials. Now go make some noise. See you in the next one.